So my name's Robert Long. I'm Head of Trading at Vintage Acquisitions. We're here today at the Annandale Distillery on this very auspicious moment where we've had clients come today to fill their own casks. We're very pleased, obviously, to have with us Simon and Ingrid Weeks-Smith, who are two of my favourite clients. Can you edit that after to make sure that that goes for all of the clients? Yes, no, that's great. Thank you very much. So no, they very much are two of my favourite clients. They've been here today filling their own casks. So Ingrid has just filled a Remy Martin cognac champagne cask, and Simon has just filled a Captain Morgan rum cask, or a bourbon.
Woodford
Reserve. Right? So filled their own cask. We've been very pleased. I mean, it is quite emotional. How do you feel about what went on today?
It's been a really good day, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as good as it is, or the smell of the cask even before you fill it is just amazing. And then when you're filling it, you still get all of that smell. And
it's something that will last with you forever, I imagine. So you think about the romance of this. So when you think that, you know, you've filled your own cask, and in years to come, when you come to take a sample, taste with friends and family, maybe at home for special occasions, those sorts of things, and to think the fact that you filled this cask yourself, I think that adds a real tactility to cask investment, and obviously being able to do it yourself.
Yep. And name it ourselves, which was really unique.
So the names are incredibly unique. Can you give me a little bit of insight as to what the names are, because they're finished in Gaelic?
Just wanted a little bit, because obviously it's sort of a rummed type cask. My husband, you like rum, don't you? So we decided to use his surname for that, and then because I've only got so many letters, I had to think about it a little bit more closely. So I've gone for something that I think reflects what it's going to produce.
And in Gaelic it means?
It's got Smith's Special for my husband's, and I've got Ladies Liquid Gold. So,
as you can tell, there's an awful lot of thought gone into that, and there's a reason for that. This is a very special occasion for all of us.
Yes.
But in particular today. So what do you know about Annandale Distillery, and how much do you know about the history?
So I was lucky enough to go on the tour earlier before we filled the cask. So obviously I know that it's been rebuilt after being derelict, which I didn't know before. So there's got a lot of history behind it, before and after, and the fact that the original founders obviously aren't the owners, and they wanted to hand it down to their sons, etc. And unfortunately that didn't happen. So there's lots of different, but the fact that it's been regenerated, and it is beautiful here.
It's a stunning piece of that, isn't it? It is, and the actual building, whilst itself has all that history behind it, it actually feels quite contemporary in the way that obviously what we've done today is something that wouldn't happen under normal circumstances.
So when I first got talking to Rob, he spoke about, what was it, about 45 minutes on the phone?
Yeah, that would be natural.
Just Rob. Just Rob, No, and to be honest, we spoke about previous investment opportunities with other acquisitions, and to be honest, as I said to Rob at the time, and I'll be honest with everybody, he is the only one that spent the time to go through from start to finish and what we could achieve. With all the others, all they were interested in was a quick buck.
Yeah, there wasn't any pressure to invest or asking what your minimum investment was or anything like that either, so we felt very comfortable. And obviously we were lucky enough to go down to London to see the offices there and have some tastings.
Pull some funny faces whilst drinking whiskey.
And the reason I laugh at that is because it wasn't me he had to convince. It took 10 minutes after the conversation. We went in there with my wife, and then she was the first one to say, what can we do?
Yeah, I was very sceptical and a bit apprehensive about the whole thing, but
safe to say you're all in now.
I am
all in now.
Just to touch on that, Ingrid and Simon obviously have been, throughout the whole process, been fantastic. But more importantly, Ingrid has just a little inclination to ask quite a lot of questions, but I think that we answered all of those satisfactorily, and more important than that, I think we came up with exactly what worked with you, and I think that's the whole part of this process, is understanding what you want to try and achieve from it, and I think we managed to do that.
And you're helping us build a portfolio that we like, that reflects us as a couple, rather than a bulk standard portfolio.
Exactly.
And originally we were only looking at one cask, and I think we've now got 7.
You've already got a couple of people that have asked us about it, and that we've given Rob's details to. So I guess it's up to them whether they've got that appetite to do that investment.
I've got people at work who are asking me about investing into whiskey, and I said then I'd recommend vintage acquisitions 100%.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's really important to us if we get somebody that can, give us that endorsement that we're looking for, because all we ever want to do is make sure we're doing the right thing. And for have somebody to endorse that for us, I think is really important. And especially what we build on this is relationships, and they're formed from doing the right thing and trying to find the right things for you. And I think we managed to do that. I have just got one question, if you don't mind me asking, because I know that there's a particular, resonance to what you'd like to do with a certain bottle at some point, because you were married on a strange date. Do you mind if I ask what that date was?
Leap day.
It was leap day. It was the 29th of February, and therefore we're trying to find a cask that fits into that date that we can release as a leap year cask.
Well, we have got one that we bought when we came down to London and saw you that was on the list at the time.
We're trying to get one on the actual date.
So it's in the year.
Yeah.
But we will be probably releasing half and then doing the other half on the following leap year.
I love that idea. I mean, that's what this is all about, is being able to go through this romantic journey together and at the same time come up with something that obviously is so important to you as a couple. So I think that's fantastic.
You can see that I was the one that organised the visit, but this is the brains.
Sorry, was you pointing at me then?
But no, we're very comfortable that the whiskey's in safe hands in the bonded warehouses at the various distilleries, and also that Vintage Acquisitions are looking after our portfolio and giving us the best advice that we can on the whiskey market.
And most importantly, we're actually looking forward to seeing the new acquisition you guys have made.
I think we're all looking forward to doing this over the next 10 to 15 years, going through the journey together. But thank you so much for choosing us. Really do appreciate it, and we'll make sure it's worthwhile.
Thank you.
Looking forward to
it.
my cask in 15 years.
Yes.